Welcome to my Brother's Keeper podcast. This is your host, Courtney Foster and Brian Payne.
Hey, good people of the sports world. How y'all doing today? Yeah, buddy. We about to get this party started today. I am without my brother. He is at his son's football game. Good luck to them. The Mallard Creek boys out there doing big things. I hope they come back with the W. I said, if you ain't gonna be here tonight, y'all better at least come back with that W. That's the only deal we had worked out. So hopefully he have some good news there. But you already know today is Thursday. Our word of this year is no gatekeeping and consistency. So we want to be consistent with this, and we want to continue to bring that flavor right to you, right to in the convenience of your home. We want this, if we haven't already said it, we don't want this to be some social media thing that you just slide up and you watch, here and there. But we want you to be able to put this on your living room TV while you're at home with your family or with your friends, and you can watch it and have a good time, right? We're going to keep it clean, but we're going to keep it funky at the same time, right? We're going to give some hot takes, some warm takes, some cold takes. So this sports panel is intended to build community, have some fun. But we got some people in here today that's going to bring some power, bring some heat, pack some punch, and I'm excited. When you hear me, I am excited for the crew that we got in here today. Again, this is open to the public. So a lot of this is unscripted. We throw out a few questions during the week. We let everybody get their thoughts around that, wrap their thoughts around that. And then we just go for it, right? Just see this as a virtual barbershop. Y'all know what that is, right? When you walk in a barbershop and it is a topic is going and you just add your 2 cents, and then the conversation may end up going somewhere all the way to the 80s. It's okay. That's sports. It brings people together. We connect with people, and that's what it's about. So let me go ahead and do one thing real quick before we get on. We bring these people on the stage. Let's do it real quick. Let me do one thing real quick. All right. Let's get this going. Let me get my mic going. Let me see if my mic is going. I don't think it is. Doing what I wanted to do, but it's all right. We're gonna get it working. All right. So good people of my Brother's Keeper Sports World. We're going to get this party started real quick. We got the one, the only. Look, let me give a quick story about this person right here. And I told him, so he already knows. But when I first came down here, I live in the Charlotte Concord area. And I came down here, small kid, coming from a small town, Forest City. No one knew where Forest City was. No one knew about Forest City. And as I was running into people, I said, what can I say? What can I say to make people understand where I'm from, what city I'm representing? And I got to thinking. I said, you know what? I know a legend. I know a legend for where I'm from. You may not know me, you may not know my town, but you may know the legend that was from there. And that man happens to be the one and only Rob Gray. Everybody clap up for Rob Gray.
What's going on, man?
What's going on with you, sir?
Man, just happy to be here. Happy to chop it up with you.
I love it. Same here. I'm glad you was able to get here this week. Last week, you was blowing my chat up. You was breaking down the door trying to get on here last week, but we knew you was wanting to be here. I know you had some hot takes, and for the sake of having fun, man, we're glad that you on here. Appreciate you joining the platform tonight.
My pleasure.
This next individual he has a name, but he goes by the one and only Rough House. That's what he go. He go by Rough House. That's what we call him. And that is his name. That's his stage name. He gonna run with that name. So hopefully he has that on his actual name tag. But he comes in, got decades of experience playing professional football as well as coaching football, basketball, soccer, you name it. He done did a little bit of everything. But I'm glad to have this individual on the platform tonight, and that is Lamar Roughhouse Foster. Let's go. Clap it up for Lamar. Let's go. Let's go. How you doing, Lamar?
I'm doing quite well. Just ready to get into this and let's rumble.
Let's rumble. We're going to rumble. All right. So we're going to keep it. We're going to try to keep it within 45 minutes tonight. You know, that was the goal last time, but we went a whole hour and like 48 minutes. Like and it just kept going and going and going. So we're going to try to.
I think I stirred the pot a little bit.
Say what now?
I think I stirred the pot and got it going.
Yeah, Rob, you heard it last week, man. He the one that made that LeBron James trade. Took LeBron out and put Rodman in there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Them young guns didn't know nothing about Rodman, man. They don't know nothing about Dennis Rodman, the impact he had on the game, how he changed the rebounding position. I like Draymond, but the Dennis Rodman, what was he, 6'7", 6'8"?
6'8".
Yeah, 6'8".
6'8". He came in skinny, but he built his body up to where he was 6'8" and solid muscle.
Yeah, and he was just he was naturally strong.
Correct.
Yeah, naturally strong.
And Rob, he had a bang with the big boys, right? He had a bang with the David Robinsons, the Kareems, the Dream, the Shaqs, Orlando. Like, he had a bang with traditional back to your basket. They're gonna lay your weight on you, big boys, right?
Right. He did that as well as played the perimeter against the guards, and he was just a versatile defender. Very versatile.
Wow. So he played the guards as well. He
played everybody. Guards. He could guard anybody, man. When they say a person could guard anybody, Rodman really was one of those.
Wow. Right. See, I wish you was on there, Rob, because
he definitely was.
I don't think we got the full scope of Rodman's impact, right? I think we limited it to rebounds. Rightfully so, right? When you look on paper, like the dude had average, he led the league in rebounding multiple years, right? But I don't think
7 straight. 7 years straight.
7 straight years?
7 straight.
And we're not talking about 1 rebound more. We're talking 5 to 8 rebounds more on average. The next closest person to him had maybe 11 boards a game. He's doing 18.
Yeah, he was definitely different, man. And see, you know, people like Rodman don't get the credit because of everybody's all in the offense now. Everybody wants to score a lot of points, but the game can be affected in a lot of ways, and he affected it in a lot of ways.
Correct.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
that's a good point. We was actually in the barbershop earlier, and that's the thing that they was bringing up. Just like, hey, this era is all offense. They don't consider
that's all they think about.
They'll put offense here and defense here, and they'll just, hey, that's it. Like if you're not scoring 30 points, or if you don't got a step back 3, right? That's how they gauge impact. It's just the offensive output versus the dirty work under them boards. That's good.
Well, look at that's what they dumbed the game down to. Right. Because before you used to score 112 points, that was a lot. That was a lot of points when you scored 112. Right. Now 112 is a low score. If you're not putting up 125, 130, you had a bad game. And I'm sorry, I'm not your, I don't go into saying I'm the greatest evaluator of basketball, but I've seen it from the 70s. I've seen it from the 80s. I've seen it from the 90s, early 2000s to now. And if I'd have to say late 80s to the mid 90s, that's when basketball had both. You had your half court, you were physical, you did your pick and rolls, and then you also had your specialists who stood out there and just shot threes. That's all they did. They shot threes. Now every team, every position shoots threes. All 5 positions shoots nothing but threes. No one really goes to the boards, and it's amazing when your guards are averaging 8 rebounds a game because the ball is bouncing off the rim. And those are the only guys out there getting it.
I didn't think about
that. Yeah, that's a good point.
I didn't think about that.
That is a good point because you really just running rebounds down. You're not really in there boxing out and rebounding. You running them down. You got to go chase the ball.
Hold up. That's a bar.
Correct.
That's a bar. Now that's a good point.
Okay.
Say that again, Rob.
Mm-hmm.
In the like he said, in the 80s and 90s, man, people it was power forwards and centers. And everybody was in there boxing out, fighting for rebounds. You had to be physical in there to get a rebound.
Right.
Now it's all about running the ball down. Who can chase the ball because of the long rebounds from the 3-pointers? Everybody's shooting 3-pointers, and it's a lot of long rebounds and a lot of chasing balls down.
Right.
I didn't know that.
Exactly.
That's the see that when you think about errors and you think about all rebounds are not created equally. That's what we say.
Right.
All rebounds are not created equally. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Okay, that's
your guard should not be averaging 7-8 rebounds a game. Your guard should not be averaging that. They should get around 2 or 3.
Yeah, most guards should get around 2 or 3.
I wish Derek was here. Derek, he's definitely Derek Nix. He was on last time. He the one had the hot take about offense wins championships. He stood on that, like, offense wins championship in this modern day. What's y'all take on that? Like, do you think offense? I mean, of course, we need a level of offense, but is that the thing we lead with nowadays? Is the offense and just abandon the D? Will a defensive team ever win a championship in this era?
That's a slippery slope.
I think that the defensive teams are winning championships. OKC is a defensive team. The Nuggets, when they won it, they realize that. Yeah. There's some teams that for now to be what you would consider defense, they are it. Ain't none of them really playing no heck of defense, but.
Right, ain't nobody like the Bruce Bowens or the Rodmans or the Ron Artest. No one has that particular label, but team defense, team concept, people, the teams that are playing offense and defense are the teams that are winning the championship. Basically.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Correct.
That makes sense.
And you don't have to have the most explosive offense, but you got to have a consistent offense to go along with that defense. Then you can stack up some championships.
Because if you've noticed in these playoffs, the play has slowed down some, and they are playing more defense than during the regular season. But the team that's boning up, they're the ones who night in and night out. Whichever team is out there playing D, I'm not going to say that the ones that are contesting and causing this shots, they're winning.
Right.
Yeah, they're winning.
When it matters most, right? Like they may not, blow for blow, but when it matters most, when they need to get a stop, when they need to stop the run, when they need to get a big rebound, or when they need to, rotate their feet and stuff like that, I think the better teams are making those plays, right? Those are the OKCs, the Spurs,
right?
So, and which is a whole nother conversation to talk about Wemby and what he's doing and just how he's going to revolutionize the game. I really boldly believe that they're going to change the rule for him. I don't know what the rule going to be, but I think they're going to have to put something in because, just like Shaq, just like Wilt, just like Alverson and Jordan, I think he's in that lineage of like, we got to put something. I don't know what it is, but I mean, if he stays healthy and he has a long career, Rob, what's your take on him? If he just continues in the trajectory that he's in and he has a relatively long career, what is his upside? What do you see in that Wemby? I know that's not on one of our questions, but I wanted to just get your thoughts there.
I really, I'm slow on people. I'm not going to just jump on the bandwagon because people are saying this and saying that. And I was slow on Wemby because when I first seen him, I thought he was frail, but I really am liking his maturity and his will to get better. Like he shows me that that means a lot, man. When you got a drive to get better, that makes me take to you more. So I've changed my thoughts on him, and I'm looking for a lot from him. I'm looking for a lot from him.
It's same too. I'm saying I feel like my whole thing with him is health. Like when you that big and you that long, like you real fragile. And you don't heal like everybody else. Like something, we mess around and get hurt in a couple of weeks. He may have to take the rest of the season because of his just being fragile and his bone structure and stuff. It's a little different.
Because you can't pack but so much muscle onto that frame.
That's right.
I mean,
right.
You can get stronger, but you can't pack a bunch of muscle on there because he is really bones. He is a lot of bones with some skin wrapped around it.
And he's not meant to carry. He's not meant to carry a lot of weight and muscle. He's not meant to. His body just not meant to.
Right, because once he gets that, he'll start having knee problems as soon as he puts on any muscle. Which muscle is twice the weight of fat. So when he starts putting on that muscle, those knees are gonna start giving out. He's gonna be like, "Oh, Wemby's out for about 2 weeks for a knee strain. Here we go with an ankle problem. All of a sudden, all these little knick-knack injuries."
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
This is probably just me being that I like the post play and stuff like that. I would like for him to be a more in the post, and I think that will save his career more. I think he wouldn't be using his body, his legs as much, and it would take some of the stress away from him.
I think that's a good point too. Yeah, he's really limitless on the basketball court. When you watch him move, he's like guarding guards. He's bringing the ball up. He got moves he do. He's shooting threes. It's like, man, you are increasing the probability of an injury. You know what I'm saying? Like rolling the ankle, trying to do a crossover. You know what I'm saying? He probably wears size 30 shoes. Right. So, he trying to cross over,
Exactly.
It's a lot to that. You know what I'm saying? So to your point, Rob, I feel you on that. Like, hey, just go down there and just dominate, just dunk and dominate and just leave all the other stuff for everybody else.
I mean, Shaq was
it's not
big,
a lot of wear and tear down
when he first came in, he wasn't all that big. Right.
Right. Yeah, he wasn't. He definitely wasn't.
We're gonna get to this. Let me share this out real
So we're gonna see how he goes for the next 3 years. That's what I want to see. I want to see a 5-year just what he's accomplished and done in 5 years. Has he made the team better, or has he just been stacking stats? You might be like, "Oh, you're the best player in the game." Yeah, but has your team done anything? Have you made your team better? And that's where I have an issue with people always saying, "Oh, this guy's the best. This guy's this. This guy's that." Yeah, but what did the team do? Did the people around you get their point production go up? Mm-hmm.
I love it.
I need some
I'm
help.
definitely with you on that. That's it.
Yeah, because let's just say it. Jordan didn't win until Pippen and Horace Grant and all these guys started helping out. Yeah, Jordan put up 40, 45, 50, 60 points. But were they winning? No. When he came down to earth and was doing 30 a game and everybody else was helping out, Then he started winning. Then he became
Right.
more dominant because you couldn't load up on him. Hey, I'm a Pistons
Exactly.
fan, so I know about the Jordan rules.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Right. Right.
Pistons all
I know about the
Pistons
Jordan
all
rules.
day.
So yeah, let's just beat the hell out of him. He can't score, and no one else can score on the team. So we beat him down. Hey, we got this game. And hell, it worked. It worked for about 6 years until Jordan finally got some help from Pippen,
Yeah.
and then Horace became that rebounder and defender. And then BJ and Kerr and those guys started hitting them threes. Yeah, it started to work. It started to
They
work.
became a
So
team.
correct. There's no what they say. There's
They
no
became a
I
team.
in team. There's no I in team. Is that what they
Exactly.
say?
Let's get it.
So
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
that's
All right,
it
so
right
let's get
there.
on into it. Let's get to it real quick. We want to answer these questions. We want to see where your mind is at. We want to see where you at with this. I know this one right here. Just put this question up here. I already know I'm ruffling feathers with this one right here. That's the LeBron James question. You know what I'm saying? I had my young guns. My young guns had exams today. They my college boys. They had exams today in college, but they was bringing some heat. So we may run this question back right here. We may run this question back.
Yes, sir.
Because it's relevant, especially if the Lakers win this series. I don't know what it's looking like. I think they're up 3-2 or something. It's a tight series, but we may run this question back because I want to hear everybody's thoughts on this, right? This is an ongoing conversation, ongoing question. So with that being said, if LeBron James wins the NBA title this season and gets his 5th championship, does he surpass Michael Jordan as the greatest player of all time? Who wants to take a stab at that one first?
You go ahead and take that one. 'Cause I know what I'm gonna say. You
Go
go
first,
ahead.
man.
You
All
want
right,
me to go
let's do it
first?
like this.
Okay. Well, listen.
Wait. Hold up. Who going first?
I'll take the floor. I'll take the stage. It doesn't matter. I'll take the stage on this one.
Let me put the right people up. Let me see if I can get this right real quick. Let's see. We're gonna remove us. Who said you going Lamar? Rob, you going?
Yeah, I'll go first.
All right, you go. All right, we're gonna come.
No, he can go first.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, would LeBron be greater than Jordan if he wins his 5th title? Definitely no. The answer is going to be no.
Hold on, let me get this.
And the reason I say
let me get this screen right. There you go. There it is.
Yeah.
There
okay.
I got it.
And the reason I say no to LeBron being the greatest ever, because I don't feel LeBron makes his team better. I'm taking nothing from LeBron. I think he's great. But with that being said, I don't see killer instinct in LeBron. That's one of the things you look for. I don't see, give me the ball. I don't care what the play is. Give me the ball. I don't see that in LeBron. I see LeBron kind of fade away towards the ends of games. I still see LeBron playing defense. He's still trying to do that. But other than that, I just don't see him as that player that transcended basketball to another level. I don't see him as that. Yes, he's the number one scorer of all time, but Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was the number one scorer before that, and both of them have played 20 years. Kareem played 20, and LeBron is on his 20th year. So, with that being said, I just don't see him elevating the teammates around him. Because you think about it, every time LeBron won a championship or even went to the championship, he had a power team. I mean, except that one time in Cleveland. Other than that, he's always been with a power team. He's always had 2 or 3 guys on his team that could take over where he didn't have to be the main piece. Jordan was always the main piece. He was, no matter what. Whether he had the flu or whether they were winning or losing, he was always the main piece. And I just don't see that killer instinct in LeBron. So no, I do not think he would be the greatest of all time, even if he wins another championship this year. I just don't see it.
And I would have to agree.
Hold on, here we go.
Yeah, I have to agree, man. I think if he does win another one, that gives him 5. He's still behind Jordan for 1, and for 2, he's been like LeBron. If we're judging stuff off a career, just solely career, LeBron has had one of the best. But when you factor in the peak of your play and the dominance and not allowing other people to come and dethrone you for 3 years straight, twice, LeBron. He's never had a dominant run except for with Miami. He won twice. He won it back to back in Miami. I give him that. But he was supposed to. For him to have had the longevity, definitely the longevity go. He's without question. Would nobody else even gonna come to mind when it comes to longevity. That's it, though. The best basketball player that's ever been with all the criteria is Michael Jordan, and he's nothing like Michael, bro. He's nothing like Michael Jordan. Nothing. I know all these narratives and all of these media outlets and all the stuff that goes on nowadays make people think that, but yeah, he's definitely not Michael. Michael Jordan is the GOAT forever. Forever.
And I think so. Let me unshare the screen. I think we all like when we I think we're all on the same page with this one right here. You know, we everything. I agree. I echo everything that y'all said. Right. I think we have to just keep things in mind. In my mind. And I don't want to get into the numbers. We all know the numbers. LeBron has some phenomenal numbers, right? He's a GOAT of longevity. Right. We all know that. We all know that he has taken care of his body probably better than anybody in any sport. And it just period. Like anybody in any sport, he probably has taken his body, his craft more serious. And he had some luck too. Like he just never had no major season injury. You know, Jordan broke his foot, the second year or something like that. Second year, you know, LeBron has been able to just navigate the health path better than anybody, you know, and that in itself, he did something right, whether his shelf or eating, you know, his regimen in the off season, his diet, all of that stuff. And that, because you're an athlete on the court, on the field, as well as eating, as well as mental health, as well as all of the emotional, all of that goes into being an athlete. And y'all both were athletes. Y'all know that. If your mind ain't in it, you know what I'm saying? You can, you know, like, hey, what happened to him? Why he ain't, you know? But he was able to navigate those waters better than anybody I've seen in my life, at any level, on any platform. Yeah. I also want to give him his credit too in terms of he really pushed the needle forward in the NBA in terms of certain things behind the scenes, you know, this, you know, CBAs, getting guys contracts and stuff like that, helping guys get money and things of that nature. But in terms of just play and greatest and just having that spot, there's only one spot and there's only one person in that spot. And it's Michael Jordan, you know, and if you really listen to LeBron, right, if you hear him talk about, you know, it's always the people around LeBron is, you know, got all these narratives, but really when LeBron is in his right mind, he always gives credit where credit is due. He always says, you know, I'm chasing Jordan, I'm chasing that GOAT, I'm chasing that ghost, you know what I'm saying? Even Kobe in the Last Dance, you know, Kobe even said it like, yo, y'all, what y'all get from me is from Mike. Like, you know, it's right. all the signs are around us, and I think we just got to continue to put that in perspective. Karate Kid can never be better than Mr. Miyagi. I don't care how many awards Karate Kid wins. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how many tournaments, how many movies he made. Miyagi will always be sensei. You know what I'm saying? He will always be that guy, and that's what Jordan is to basketball. Everybody else will be prodigies, like proteges of him. No one would never be in that spot because that spot is irremovable. You can't remove that spot. So we're gonna keep on moving, man. We ain't gonna beat the dead horse, man, because because
the answer was no. There it is, right there. No, LeBron would not be the greatest ever.
That's point blank period.
No.
That's it. That's it.
Comma. Next.
That's it. That's it. So we're gonna keep this party going, man. And I hate that it ain't no LeBron lovers on here because
I know it,
you know how they do.
I wish it was.
You know how they do. But we gonna be back. We gonna be back. We gonna be back. Believe that. All right. What's this next question? Right? Who want to take this one away real quick? What is Kevin Durant's legacy if he loses in the first round to the LA Lakers? And he's out the next game. I think Game 6. He's out. So what would that do to his legacy?
I don't think this has any bearing on him because he's been out most of the series. But his career for me, Kevin Durant is a talent. And people get it messed up and they get it mixed up that being a talent is not the same as when you're getting judged being an all-time great player in the NBA. And they put Kevin Durant over people. But Kevin Durant has had maybe 3 seasons where he was elite with the elite players. That year in OKC, and then those 2 years in Golden State, and after that, nothing. He's done nothing. You can't tell me he's everywhere he's went after Golden State has been a failure. Brooklyn, Phoenix, and now Houston. He hasn't succeeded nowhere. He hasn't uplifted no team to nothing. Right. With a lot of great players.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
With a lot of great players. So I don't think this series has any bearing on him. But KD is like I said, he's individually great talent, and that's all I can give him.
Right. I agree.
That's good. That's good. I'm going with you, Lamar. We're gonna go here. Go ahead and give me your hot take.
He is like the word talent. He is a great talent. Does he change the game like I was saying about LeBron? Does he change the game? No. He's a 6'10" guy that can shoot the hell out of the rock. I like it because he was made for this era. Can Durant go back to the 80s or 90s and play? I don't think so. I think he'd be muscled in. He'd have to play defense. He'd have to get down in those boxes. He'd have to play those power forwards that like to get rough. Those Anthony Masons, those Xavier McDaniels, those Karl Malones, those big muscle guys that would just beat the hell out of you. I just don't see him in those eras being that person. Now, for this era, he's great for it. It works for him. But as he bounced around to team, I didn't see the teams he went to get any better. I didn't see them win any more. So, no, I don't. I think he is where he is, and that's where he's going to stay. There's no up or no down. I think whatever happens in this series with him is where it ends. And that's all I have to say on Durant.
I love it. I love it. All right, let me get this thing going. I'm in a camp where, like, Kevin Durant, I wish he was listening. And I'm going to say this. Kevin Durant, just go back to Golden State, man. Just go back to Golden State and just call it a day, man. Just leave it alone. That bus driver, taking the team to the finals, being Batman, that ain't for the weak, man. Go back to Golden State and maybe you just get a couple of more rings to the point where they say you great. Like once you get enough rings, people ain't gonna be like, all right, you a bus driver or you a passenger on the boat. You gotta get about 4 rings. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing to you. And I think that's when, honestly, you should have never left Golden State. In my opinion, that was the best situation for you.
Exactly what I was
conducive situation for you. You didn't have to be the man, but you could be the man in moments, in spurts, right? You had a great system. You had a great organization, great role players that was willing to allow you to be the man without being a man. You had Draymond Green. He was the tough guy for you, so you didn't have to be the tough guy. You had Steph Curry as the face of the franchise, so you didn't have to assume that position. All you had to do is do what you do best and score points. That was the best possible situation for KD. And when he decided to leave, it's like you got to know yourself. Like, I know my weaknesses and I know my strengths. And at that point, he should have, forget all the outside noise. He should have just stayed there and won about 5 rings and just let his rings do the talking. So
I think true.
I think that's what we talking about, man. It's just like, I think he should have just stayed and let it be what it was gonna be, and don't worry about what all the naysayers gonna say, man. But
here's the question: why did he leave? Was it for money, or he wanted to be the number one guy? Why did he leave?
He's just a diva, man. He's a diva, been a diva. That's just the way he is.
That's and that's basically the best way to explain it. He don't really have a mind of his own. I don't see him making decisions based on what he necessarily wants to do. I think he asks his mans, he asks the people to his left, he asks the people to his right, and based on what they say, he'll make his decision. He's not really a emotionally strong person to say, you know what, I'm gonna stay here and ride it out. He gonna kind of go with the flow in terms of what everybody else's opinion says about him. To your point, Rob. All right, so let's keep it moving. This last question right here is what, when we was thinking about this question right here, I'm really curious to see or hear what we got to say on this last question right here. Is Nikola Jokic ahead of Hakeem Olajuwon as an all-time great center in the NBA? Now, I want to preface this by saying, if this is a conversation, great, let's hash it out. But either way, wherever you go, if it's a landslide victory for either one, or for Nikola Jokic, or if you feel Hakeem is way higher than him and not in the same sentence, when do we start mentioning Nikola Jokic in that conversation? If that's the case. So if you go with Hakeem, say, nah, he ain't even on this level, it's Hakeem by far. When do we start mentioning Nikola Jokic as one of those greats, like all time? Like, if I'm starting the team, I'm going with him first. When do we start having that conversation? And I say that by saying, or by showing this. So this is a quick snapshot right here of just their profile, their career profile. I got this from ESPN. We got this from ESPN. So they have more accolades than this. There's more accolades than this, but this is kind of the holy grail of these two player profiles. So with that said, who want to go first? Are you taking Nikola Jokic over the Dream? And if not, what's your reasoning?
Go ahead, step onto that mic.
What's that?
I'll go first, because Dream probably is maybe my second to third best favorite player. Like, okay, so it's between him and Barkley. I absolutely love Hakeem Olajuwon and what he played the game.
for me, Joker is good for now, for this time.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because there really is no center. There really is no center. If he had to play in a time where there were centers, then I think it would be totally different for him because he doesn't play the defensive side of the ball at all.
All right.
So let me give you some numbers that you don't have up there. Olajuwon is a 7-foot center who is 10th all time in steals. Number 1 in block shot. You cannot tell me that is not a whole half of a player that Jokic is nowhere close to. This man is number 10 all time. The only big in the top 10 steals. The only one. And the number 1 shot blocker in the history of the league. That is not nothing. Jokic is nowhere near that caliber of a two-way player. Nowhere near it. So, his stats and the numbers he put up in this league right now, they're impressive as far as the eye, as far as people who really don't, the casual fan. He's always flirting with a triple-double. Those things are impressive to the casual fans. But I'm telling you right now that Hakeem Olajuwon is the number 1 shot blocker in the history of the league and number 10 in steal to go with his offensive repertoire. So, yeah, Jokic is not near Hakeem to me. He's not near.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I'll go with that. Well, to piggyback off of everything you just said, I thought about this also. Hakeem was, how many quadruple doubles did Hakeem have? Let's just put that into perspective. I mean, people don't even talk about a quadruple double. I think if you say that to the kids nowadays, they'll be like, what's a quadruple double? So you throw that out there, along with the fact that he could score, and with that defensive prowess, and for a 7-footer, he moved like a 6-footer. He was smooth with his. You see some bigs that are just awkward when they move. He didn't move like that. He moved like he was a smaller guy. So with all of that and everything that was said previously, there's just no way I could see Jokic doing that. I mean, Jokic to me, if he had to defend, like you said, if he had to defend the bigs down low, would he be able to stay in the game, or would he foul out, or would he just let them run roughshod all over him? So that would be my issue with him. I don't think he would ever get to that point unless, one, he started doing more on the defensive side and, continue your scoring, continue your assists, but do some more on the defensive side. Show me that you're more than just a one-trick pony. And then I might think of him as getting into that. But until that day comes, which I do not see happening, yeah, I'd have to say he'll never be on that same level with Hakeem.
All right, let's get it. I'm going completely rogue. Baby. I'm about to shake it up. Y'all about to be mad at me. I'm gonna go ahead. I don't want to disrespect no era. I don't want to put nobody down. Elijah with the Dream is a legendary player that still have an impact on the game because he's still training players and they still got to go see the Dream. You got the Kevin Durant, you got guards, top player guards going to see the Dream, working on that footwork. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, down in Houston and stuff. Rob know about it. his handprint, his footprint, his mind print is all in this game. You still see people doing the shimmy shake. They try to do it anyway. They try to mimic his game. You know what I'm saying? He's mentoring generation upon generation. He's still in shape. Like he still, took care. He's in that lineage of LeBron. He took care of himself. You know what I'm saying? But on the flip side, y'all, I think this play, and I'm not a Nikola Jokic fan. Like I don't really rock with the Nuggets. Like I mean, ever since Melo left, I ain't never really been a fan of the Nuggets. However, I've been watching him and I've been studying him, and his playmaking ability from a center's position is really beyond his athletic ability to do, in my opinion. I don't even think the stuff he's doing is within his wheelhouse of athletic. It don't make athletic sense because he can't jump. Like he literally looks like he'll struggle jumping over a phone book. But what he does and the way he runs point from that center position will forever revolutionize the game. Like I think people are looking for bigs to make plays now in 2026 moving forward because of him. Just like Olajuwon, we wanted mobile bigs that can move their feet with Olajuwon. I think Nikola Jokic is ushering in a new wave of big man to the point where you see kids that are the tallest little kids on their rec teams trying to bring the ball up now. I think Nikola Jokic is getting a little bit, just like Steph Curry with like everybody shooting threes. I think the big men are trying to make point guard plays or point guard reads on the floor. And I don't think a big was never doing that until Nikola Jokic stepped on the scene and won a championship winning that way. So I'm saying all of this to say, I'm not going to put him ahead of Kareem. Hakeem, the Dream, but I'm going to put him right there with him. I'm not going to pass him. Because Hakeem has 2 rings, and like you say, the defensive player of the year, I think defensively he has the edge, but I think Nikola Jokic, and he averaged a triple-double for like 2 seasons or something like that. So I think that has to mean something. Averaging now. So I got to put him right there with Hakeem. I'm not going to put him ahead, but he's right there. And if he wins another ring, or if he has another historic season, which he's on route to do, I got to put him ahead of the Dream. That's my take. So let's talk about it. I know y'all got some. I got you. Go ahead, Go ahead and talk, Rob. Now you went. I can't hear you just now. I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Listen, you said he got the edge on him defensively. It's a landslide defensively.
I say, Hakeem got the
Yeah. And see, listen. Yeah. You can't become a prisoner of the moment because Jokic is being utilized like no other center before him.
Yes,
he's being utilized. So
that's true.
It is unparamount that what he does because we've never seen it. But what I'm saying is that Hakeem Olajuwon is just. I think if he had the ball as much as Jokic did, he would score way more points. But the game wasn't played like that. So he didn't have the touches that Jokic got the ball every trip down court.
Yeah.
Every trip he's got the ball.
That's true.
If Hakeem had the ball in his hands that much, I think he would be unbelievable offensively. But what I'm saying is, as a whole player, Hakeem is so much better defensively that it negates anything offensively because they're close offensive. They're close.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I mean, no. Let's just say they're a tie offensive. Let's just say they're a tie offensive.
Yeah.
They're both putting up about the same points.
They're close.
Yeah.
Right. They're close offensively, but defensively, it's like it's not even measurable how bad it is.
Yeah. Defensively, I give the dream. The defensively, I think how many players he got? Like 2 players of the defensive players of the year, something like that, right?
Like I said, Courtney, the man is the all-time blocks leader in the league and 10th steals. The only big in the top 20.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Jokic is nowhere near that.
I gotta give you that. I gotta give you that, Rob. Yeah. I must say, defensively, he is. Yeah. I gotta get because Jokic. I do question Jokic defensively, especially not necessarily on the block. I think he holds his own for the most part on the block. It's just when they switching them and he's in, has the guards and do all that. He can't do all of that. He don't have that lateral movement like the Dream. Dream can move laterally. Like he can, he can hedge it, he can pop it, he can duck it. Screens.
That's why I was saying he moves like a 6-footer instead of a 7-footer. He's fluid.
Dream got the footwork, man. That soccer in his youth helped him tremendously.
Yeah, that's right.
That helped him.
What do we rank Jokic's playmaking? Does that I'm not gonna say it offsets defense. I'm not gonna say that. But when you say their offense is walkout. So his playmaking ability.
What's that?
Okay.
I think it helps his case. That's what puts him in the conversation.
That's what puts him in the conversation.
Once you look at the entire player, that's what I'm saying. Once you look at it, it's not close. It's not close.
It's not even close.
Yes. Not once you look at the entire player.
Okay. Here's how you can. This is how you do it. You go 1 to 10. You go rebounds, blocks, points, assists. You got to put all that in there, and then you have to grade it out through that. A lot of people right now, the way they look at the game, all they look at is points. That's all they look at. It's just points. Yeah, but how can a person score 15 points and they were player of the game? That's because, like you said, they had 4 steals, they had 15 boards, and they threw in 10 assists. But the star player put up 45 points. Who had the better game? Who had the better game?
Yeah, you gotta consider everything. I like it.
Both of them contributed to winning. Both of them.
Yeah,
tremendously.
Correct.
That's good. That's good. I think once he needs. I must say, he needs a little bit more on his resume. When you look at the whole player, the holistic player, right? Not just points and this rebound, but look at the whole body of work. And when you compare errors, you really have to do that. I think it is warranted a deeper conversation because I think y'all convinced me because I felt like he was right there, and I feel like he's on his heels, right? But if he wins another championship, then we can revisit this. We can definitely revisit this.
What's around him too? You got to look at who's he playing to get to that championship. Who in the West is? Well, right now he ain't getting there because OKC and the Spurs are just too strong right now. I just don't see him beating either of those 2 teams. So I don't see him getting to a championship unless one of those 2 teams starts giving away some of their players because the salary is too high. I don't think that's gonna happen. And so that happens, he's gonna always be second tier.
Right.
All right. So this is a legitimate question. If Jordan is in the league, does Dream have 2 championships?
I don't like hypotheticals, but
that's a big hypothetical right there.
Right.
Does Jordan win 8?
I wanted to see
win 8, or Houston still didn't win? Did they beat Jordan in the finals?
I wanted to see that.
That would have been a good one. I
definitely wanted to see it. I can tell you that. Yeah, I definitely wanted to see it. I wish I could.
That's a good one right there. Because he got his rings. I give it to him. But Jordan was not in the league. Well, was he in the league? He just didn't make the playoffs that year or something? Or he was in the playoffs, didn't make it to the finals? Was that one of the years he came back?
He won 3 in a row.
Yeah, that was one of the years when he came back.
He retired. No, he retired.
It was the year he came back that he didn't win.
He retired for 2 years, and Dream won his 2.
Gotcha.
And then when Jordan came back, he won 3 more.
Got you. When he came back,
and then he retired again. Right.
When he came back,
retired again.
Okay. All right.
So in his middle of his retirement, those 2 years, the Dream won his 2 championships. Now, let's just say, would he have won if Jordan had not retired for those 2 years?
That's the question.
We can say what we can say is we don't know. We don't know, because they didn't have Rodman in those last 3. I mean, in those first 3. Rodman wasn't on the team then. Rodman was with the Spurs then. We don't know if he would have won those 2. We don't know if Jordan would have won those 2. We don't know if Jordan would have knocked off 8 in a row. We don't know.
All right.
We don't know. So it's a toss-up. It's a toss-up.
But we go. I think that's worth a deeper conversation to unpack, because I don't feel like all championship rings are created equally. And I think we need to dive into that and figure out who really had to go through the gauntlet to get their rings, right? And I think we was talking about this offline. I think Dirk Nowitzki has a case for one of the toughest routes to get a championship ring with the people and the teams that he beat. That 2011 Dallas Mavericks team. And I think in the West you had Kobe. It was Kobe out there. He beat the Lakers. He beat OKC with Westbrook and KD and all them boys. And then he, went to the finals and beat LeBron and Wade.
I think he had to beat Tim Duncan and
I think Tim Duncan.
Right after Robinson
was still out there.
Yeah, I think this was right after Robinson retired or something like that. After David Robinson retired.
Yeah, I think we need to revisit. Yeah, we need to check that out and just see where maybe the top 5 championship runs ranked. I think that's a great conversation to have. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up, man. I told we ain't gonna stay on here long tonight. We want to get those questions in, get them out.
I'm gonna say Detroit had a hard run too.
Yeah. We will do a Detroit Pistons segment for Roughhouse. We will make sure we make that happen, because don't worry about that. Because that is the forgotten back-to-back. Like, I guess we can call it a dynasty. That was a forgotten dynasty, because they was in between 2 eras or 2 dynasties that overshadowed them, and we're doing to what they all did to Isaiah with the Dream Team. We're forgetting about them. You know what I'm saying? We can't forget about them boys. Yeah. And we don't want to go down that path. We want to give everybody their due respect. Isaiah did a lot for the guard, especially for a guard like myself. Like Isaiah he ushered in those small guards. He let the world know that we can play point, we can play 2 ways, and we can lead a team. So shout out to Isaiah Thomas, man. But we're going to get up out of here, cuz. We're going to get up out of here. Let me throw this up here real quick. Our next guest speaker, if I can get it up real quick. Our next guest speaker is Sunday, May the 3rd at 7 p.m. Mr. Eddie Love is coming through and going to bless us with his presence. Right here. You don't want to miss it. Author, entrepreneur, founder, he's your coach's coach, activist in the community, leading by example. Excited about that one. We'll see you all soon. Thank you, Rough House. I'll see you next Thursday.
Yes, sir.
Let's ride.
Peace.
Let's get